Hey Stitchy friends, this is Tyler with WillitStitch. I am back with my end of July, beginning of August cross stitch update. July was a very fruitful month for me. Don't mind, as soon as I sat down to film, of course there is a thunderstorm that is coming, so you might hear some thunder. My apologies. I'm hoping that I'm able to get this video done before the lighting outside starts to dim. But yeah, July was very busy for me in terms of cross stitch. I've got 10 whips to show that I worked on. I've got 2 new starts, 1 start and finish, and another finish, which I'll get into. At the end of the video, I'm also going to have haul. I didn't think that this month I had a whole lot of haul, but then as I was pulling it out to prep for this video, it's fairly significant. So if you're not interested in seeing haul, you can just cut the video off when I finish with my last whip. So I'm going to just dive right in. The first project that I'm going to show you is my start and finish. This was, what is this? A Christmas Heart by the Calico Confectionery. This one, I didn't pull the date up when I started it. I know I've got it written down somewhere. But this was stitched 1/2 on a 36 count light exemplary by Lakeside. And in this project, I used 2 colors of Dinky dyes. The red is Cardinal, and then the black I used was Black Coral. And so this one was finished last night, actually. I'm so glad to have this one done. And to be able to say I have a start and finish in one video. Probably the only time I will ever be able to say that. But this one I do want to get fully finished and have up this holiday season. The second finish that I have, the stitching on this was actually completed back in November. But there were a few beads that needed to go into this project that I hadn't got around to it. And here, 7-8 months later, I finally got it done. This is, I don't have the pattern with me. It's Good Tidings by the Drawn Thread. And this is my finish. This was stitched 1/2 on a 36 count Witch Tina by Fairy Wool in the Wood. And this is one of my all-time favorite stitches. That red color is, I believe it's a Dinky Dyes Shades of Wine. It's stunning. And so all that stitching was done. Literally, it was 4 beads that I put in. The eyes, and then those beads at the ends of the hats. And that took me 7 months to do. So, extremely excited to have this one done, because it just kept staying in the back of my mind, like, I need to finish that, I need to finish that, and now I have. So that one as well, I do want to get fully finished this year to be able to display this holiday season. So the first start that I've got to show you is Sing After the Storm, and this is from 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. Really, really pretty. My friend Sarah, she gifted me this. All the way over from the UK, so thank you so much, Sarah. So kind. And this one is being stitched 1/2 on another piece of 36 count light exemplary from Lakeside. Is that the front? Yeah, that's the front. Let me get something behind it. And this is being stitched in hand. I am using my own floss conversion for this. I just sat with what I have in stash and just pulled colors that looked similar to the cover photo. So I've got a mix of Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works. Yeah, that's it. Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. And if you want a full breakdown of each color that I'm using, you can reach out to me, or you can leave it in a comment and I'll be happy to share. Because this pattern does call for Roxy floss, which my friend Sarah, she did use the Roxy floss, but I did not. So I'll put that back in there. The second start that I have for this month was the Summer Alphabet Garden by Jeanette Douglas Designs. This I had purchased at Market and just hadn't started it, but I absolutely love this pattern. I love the colors, it's so bright and fun. And this is being stitched 1/2 on a 36 count Crazy Hamster fabric. And that is where I got to. So I worked on this one a little bit last night, which is why it's still in the snap. After I finished my Charles Dickens piece. So I was working on this flower here, a little bit of that stem. But yeah, I'd really like to be able to have this one finished in August as well. So that is Summer Alphabet Garden. So those were my finishes, my starts. Now onto the whips that I worked on. I did work on this ornament, I think for a night, maybe. This is Tree Trimmer Santa, Heirloom Santa, little Christmas ornament kit. It's on perforated paper. It uses 3 strands of the floss. And that was where I got just working in that tree. So I was hoping that I'd have that one finished this month as well, but I didn't. I got bored and moved on. All right, the first whip, I don't know if I consider that ornament a whip. So the first whip that I worked on was, what is the name of this one? Goddess Garden by Nora Corbett Mirabilia. Love it. And this one is being stitched on a 28 count hand dyed by Rolanda fabric. And this is where I got to this month on it. I primarily, well, yeah, I was working on that fountain going down. Because you don't really realize how much green there is at the top of this project until you're there, you know, in the weeds working on it. Yeah, this is an opalescent fabric, hand-dyed by Rolanda. I don't know that I would purchase any more hand-dyed by Rolandas in the future. The weave is very tight on this, which can be a good thing, you know, aesthetically, but actually working on the piece, it's a little bit difficult, which is why I don't think I've had a whole lot of progress on this one. The next piece I'm going to be showing is Hannah Campbell 1838 by Hands Across the Sea. This was started with a group of stitchy friends back the last Sunday in June. We started this on our monthly Discord meetup. This is being stitched 1/2 on a piece of 40 count crazy hamster fabric, so there is no name to it, and I had chosen a green fabric, and that's where I got to this month. So completely finished off that flower up there, started taking the border a little bit more on top. I know I did this flower here, almost finished the 1/1 bird, this crown, yeah. So this is being stitched, like I said, 1/2 with the called for 103 silks, and they are an absolute pleasure to work with. I'm really enjoying those 103s. All right, the next one to show is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I think the last time I showed this, I was working in the border. I think I got probably to about here and all the way over. I've since started going in this area. So mine is being stitched 1/2 on a piece of 36 count Cosmic Platinum linen by Dames of the Needle, which their fabric is so dreamy. Oh my gosh. I love this Dames of the Needle fabric. So here's where I got to this time. So I was doing that inner border, started on some of those words, and that little border below the wording. And I was putting the little flowers on those vines. So in place of Garden Gate, I am using Gentle Arts Storm Clouds on this. It is the green, which is why you see the vine is green. It's charted with Garden Gate and I think Soot by Gentle Arts to be switched throughout the vine. And I'm just doing the whole vine in that Storm Clouds and the Soot, just where I think it looks best. So that is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. The next project I worked on is a PDF, so I'll pop in a photo of it. It is Dog's Declaration by Ink Circles, and mine is being stitched 1/2 on a 40 count Salt Rock by Color and Cotton. I'm using the called for Valdani flosses except for P10, the Antique Violet. I am swapping for Weeks Dye Works Cyclamen, and that's only because I couldn't purchase the Valdani with the others. It was out of stock wherever I was purchasing from. So I just went with Cyclamen because it's a highly variegated Weeks Dye Works floss that looks similar to it. So this is where I got to. I have completely finished this border right here. So that's done. And then I started the L for the Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Squirrels, which my dogs, I mean, absolutely live by that declaration. Squirrels and lizards and people peacefully walking by anybody will fall victim to their barking. I love stitching on this project. It's a lot of fun, and I have since printed out the pattern so that I don't have to use Pattern Keeper or, you know, any other online pattern service, because I hate PDF patterns. I really enjoy stitching from a paper pattern. The next one, I just did a little bit on this. This is Tequila by Stitchrovia. This was another PDF that I have since printed this month. This is one of my oldest whips, if not my oldest whip, that I haven't UFO'd. I'm toying with the idea of UFOing this one. I've got a bunch done. I'm more than 50% done with this. It just, I don't know, I just don't enjoy working on it anymore. So this is where I'm at. I filled in the yellow to these flowers, and I think that's really it. That's the only thing that I did, because I picked this up to work on it and I couldn't find any of the flosses. I mean, none of the colors that I was trying to work on were in my DMC master set. I'm like, what is going on? So I did have that yellow. I put that yellow in and said, screw it, I'm putting it away. I did. It's being stitched 2/1 on an 18 count, I think raw Ada. And that might be part of the reason stitching this with 2 strands on 18 count. Like I said, this is my oldest whip right here. So what I know now, I did not know then. I mean, this was started, I don't know, 2022, 2021 maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, we'll see. I think in 2026, like going into 2026 is when I'm going to really review all my whips and see what I'd like to continue with or what I might set aside for possibly coming back to in the future, just to get it out of my whip basket, because it's overflowing at this point. Yeah, so I don't know. We will see on that one. The next project I worked on is Martha Evans 1879 by the Scarlet House. I love this project. It's beautiful. I don't know if I love the Vicky Clayton silk conversion, which is what I'm doing. I don't know. I think I need to get some more colors put into it, but so far, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. of the Vicky Clayton silk conversion for this. So it's being stitched 1/2 on a 40 count Beach by Moonshine Stitchery with those Vicky Clayton silks. And this is where I got to on it. So I did a little bit more of that bunny. I finished out that cat or whatever it is up at the top, that branch, and I think that's it that I did on this one. So that's this one, and it's such a shame because I was, and I still am, so excited about this project. I just don't know about the conversion. I think what I want to do is really get into some of those light blues to see how they look. So next time I pick it up, I might actually start going down on this side so that I can get an idea of what all of those colors look like stitched up. So we'll see, but that is Martha Evans. The next project I worked on, one of my favorites, Harvest Moon by Annie B's Folk Art. And mine is being stitched 1/2 on 40 count Tinsmith by Color and Cotton. And I did a fair bit on this one, if I remember. I know this one I worked on the first week of July. This is where I got to. I think I did a little bit more of the house color. I know I took the vine down, started on this pumpkin, that little tulip right there. Oh, and I did the little back stitch stems in these leaves up here. So that is that one. All right, my second to last whip that I worked on is Down in the Valley, another Annie B's Folk Art. This piece is beautiful. On this one, I am using Vicky Clayton silks, but I did this conversion on my own based on the charts that she has on her website for hand-dyed and DMC conversions. So I just went through the chart and converted it based on the called for colors on the pattern. So this is where I got to on this one. I did the butterfly. I took that top vine over and started on those little white flowers down there. And she is being stitched 1/2 on a 40 count Crazy Hamster fabric, so no name again. This one's a lot of fun to work on, but I'm kind of at a point at it right now to where I'm ready to put it aside for a little bit and get to working on some of the other things that I haven't touched in a couple months. And the last whip to show is Pretty Pumpkins by Glendon Place. I was missing the darkest green in the center pumpkin, so I did end up getting that DMC color this month, finished out that pumpkin except for these little spaces down here. And then started working on this pumpkin here, which each of these pumpkins, they have their own colorways. So the colors in this pumpkin do not appear in either of these pumpkins, and vice versa. So they've all three got their own colorways. And this is being stitched 1/2 on a 32 count. What is it? Is this murky? No, 32 count ancient by Picture This Plus. And here is where I got to on it. So that center pumpkin is done except for back stitch. So I got the darkest green in there. And then you can see where I was working on that second pumpkin there. This is stitched all with DMC. There are no beads in this piece. And I just love it. I love it, love it. So that was all my whips. I'll just briefly talk about some of the plans that I have. I do want to fully finish Good Tidings, and then I want to fully finish that Calico Confectionery Charles Dickens piece, and then my All Hallows Eve that I had finished in February or March, that I'm going to be submitting to the fair in October. I want to fully finish that this month. I've cleaned up the frame that I got from my grandmother. I've got some backing board. I just need to mount it and pop it in, and she'll be ready to go. So those are some of the plans besides the actual physical stitching that I'm going to be doing that I'm hoping to be able to get done in August. I know All Hallows Eve for sure. I am fully finishing that this month. The others, I don't have a set time frame on them, but that one I do. So now I'm going to dive into my haul. So this is probably going to take almost as long as showing my whips for this month. If this is as far as you go, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another month. If you're here to stick around for the haul, let's go. So the first thing, I'm just pulling these up randomly. First thing I'm going to be showing, I have had House on Blueberry Hill already. I have been planning on getting the floss for this one, which I did end up doing this month. I went to my LNS over in Gulf Shores, and I got all the floss for this project. So that one I can start anytime. While I was there, I did also pick up the Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. I've been wanting this for, a few years. It came out in 2021, so since it came out, I just love this. I love stitching flowers. I love stitching vines and all of that. So very glad to have this. And I also did pick up all of the called for flosses while I was there as well. Mix of Gentle Arts, Weeks, and I think Classic Colorworks, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it just looks like Gentle Arts and Weeks. Yeah. Some patterns that I did pick up out of D-Stash group in Facebook. First one is Nelson by Plum Street Samplers. Love that. I love the leaves on that tree. I love how stoic that horse is. It's just a lot of fun. I did pick up the Waxing Moon Designs Bittersweet Trio. Little late summer, early fall piece. I've got the Tis Halloween 13 Stockings, which this is such a cool, it's got some really nice stockings in here, and I thought to myself, maybe I can do one of these a month next year. I don't know, maybe not. I'll just kind of show you some of them. So like that one, little candy corns. That one, which this is one that I don't think I will stitch. That little jack-o'-lantern with his teeth. That one's really cute. I think I missed the first one. So yeah, picked that up. And I'm not really a huge like Halloween spooky stitcher, but these being like small, I thought they'd be fun to stitch. I did also get Mermaids of the Deep Blue by Mirabilia out of this Facebook de-stash group. I got Old Willow Stitchery Louisa Funston, age 12. I love this. I love, love, love this. It's moody, which it looks like it only has a few colors in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 colors. It looks like it's only like 4 or 5, but apparently there's 8 colors in there. So, love that one. This one I picked up chart and threads for. They came together. This is a Summer Garden sampler by the Needlework Press, which when I do eventually stitch this, I think I'm going to swap out that chick down there for something else. Maybe a berry bowl. I don't know. But it's got all of the called for overdyed flosses. I got Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. I think we all know what this one is. I've seen it stitched up. The cover photo does it absolutely no justice, just like all of these patterns. I got Pumpkin Farm by Blackbird. I got Summer Quaker by Rosewood Manor. Now, if you've been here a while, you've heard me discuss my disdain. Well, I wouldn't say disdain, but my difficulties with stitching Flowers of Quaker by Rosewood Manor. And this looks like I will have very similar issues with intense color changing. But the colors in this are just so unreal. I'm just gonna do it. I am gonna do this one. I am gonna do this one. I don't know when I'm gonna start it, but I am gonna do this one. Then the last pattern that I got is Heartstring Sampleries Winter Comes. So pretty. Yeah. And this calls for weeks. Yeah, weeks. So it did come with, I don't know, some sort of silks in there, like 5 silks. I don't know if someone was doing a conversion, but it calls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 colors, so I don't know. So those are all the patterns that I purchased this month, which is crazy. Next, I did get a bunch of fabric, which I ended up getting more than I even thought that I did. First, my friend Terry, she had went on vacation somewhere, where is it? Somewhere in Ogden, Utah. And she ended up going to Shepherd's Bush. Well, while she was there, we did a short mini FaceTime just looking at some of the fabrics. And she did end up picking up 5 fabrics for me that I paid her for, and shipped them over. So the first is a 40 count needle bling suede. I've never used needle bling fabric before. That's true right there. I've got a friend, my friend Adam, he loves needle bling fabric and is always talking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, get me a quarter, I'll try it out, see if it's up to the hype. The next piece that I got is 40 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. Really, really pretty. This side over here isn't as modeled, but yeah, this will work really well for like a spooky Halloween piece. Let's see, I got 40 count Mason linen haberdashery. It's a cool, like, greenish beige color. That's more true. So yeah, I was thinking I was going to use this piece for what is it, Stacy Nash Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. I think I'm going to use this piece for it, and I think I have it kitted with the floss and fabric, but I think I'm probably going to switch the fabric out for this. I haven't done a floss toss yet, but when Terry was in Shepherd's Bush, that's immediately I thought I'd stitch that on this, but I haven't checked it out or anything. Next, we've got Atomic Ranch London Fog, another 40 count. I've got so many friends that love this fabric, and I've never tried it, so I figured I'd give it a try. Kind of a blue-gray. It's really beautiful. And these are all quarter yard cuts. And then this is 40 count Patriots Brew by R&R. I've been saying it for a while. I need to get my lighting sorted out. I need to quit trying to rely on the natural lighting because it's just not working. So those were my fabrics from Shepherd's Bush. Next was my fabric of the month from WillitStitch Me. This is a 36 count What the Hay. So it's a very light yellow tan color. I mean, this is the kind of color that I love to stitch on, a super light neutral. But I did end up canceling my WillitStitch Me fabric of the month club just because I've got so much fabric and I keep purchasing so much fabric. I don't think that I need to be in the club anymore. The next two are color and cotton fabrics that I did get out of a D-Stash group. This first one is 40 count Lily White. So it's like a very cool, there's almost a warm undertone to it. White, there's very little modeling in it, but it's not white. It does look that in the camera, but it's not. It's like a creamy white. It's almost, it reminds me of like the color of cooked risotto. You know, like that creamy white color. The next one that I got out of the Facebook D-Stash group is 40 count Elysian by Color and Cotton. This one's a lot of fun. It's a light blue with purple modeling. It's not as intense. Well, I guess that side is. This side is not as intense. But yeah, that is fairly true right there. This one's beautiful. What if? What if? What if? Would that be too much? Would that be too much blue? Y'all sound out. Sound out below. Will that work? I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? All right, and another one of my favorite fabric dyers, Crazy Hamster Fabric, out of the D-Stash groups. I did purchase 5 pieces from her this month. This is the first one. It is a cool gray purple almost. This is a 36 count. Yeah, that's just gonna wash it out. There we go. The next one, this one's a little bit more yellow than I thought, but it is pretty. It's just not getting the color right at all. Like this is like a yellow. I'd consider this a yellow fabric, and this is a 40 count. Ugh. My lighting, y'all bear with me. The next one is a 32 count. This is just going in my stash for potential mirrors. Look at that. Wow. So pink, purple, there's yellow, there's a little bit of green in it, there's some blue. Yeah. This one's fun. This one is fun. Love it. This is another piece I got for possible mirrors. This is a 32 count Lugana, and it's an orange yellow, a little bit of red in it. There we go. I'm thinking about, I've got Garden Party by Mirabilia kitted. I was thinking of using this for it. I don't know. That's why I purchased it. I thought maybe using it for it. Again, I haven't even put it up against anything. And then another 32 count Lugana. This one's like a very neutral, light green, gray, beige kind of color. There we go. Beautiful. If y'all haven't tried out Oksana's fabric, I love her fabric. It's so nice, and all of these have been serged, which in the past I haven't gotten serge fabric from her. I don't know if she's just started serging, because all 5 of those pieces are serged, which is very nice. But in the past they haven't been, so love that. Next up, I've got 3 pieces of Moonshine Stitchery fabric that I did purchase from Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery. She does have a Flosstube and an Instagram as well. Her fabric is fabulous. If you haven't tried it out, please do. This first one is a 40 count cobblestone. It is a gray beige mottled fabric. This is not true to color. That is more true to the grays in it, but you're not seeing the beige. Yeah. Beautiful. And I love Phoebe's fabric as well. It is so nice. This next one is a new color that she's got on her website. This is 40 count grapeseed. And so it's like a brown, like brown green with hints of purple. This is really, really stunning. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I just love this. And her modeling is, for the most part, there are some fabrics that do have more intense modeling, but her modeling is so soft, which I'm kind of in a phase of my stitching where I enjoy softer modeling a lot more than I used to, which is part of the reason why I did quit the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month Club, because their fabrics are generally highly modeled, and I'm just not at a phase right now to where that's what I want to stitch on. This last one is 40 count Serenade. It is like a gray purple color. Again, beautiful. It's washing out, but so nice. Like, they have a nice weight and feel to them as well. I know they are Zweigart fabric, just like most dyers use Zweigart, but some dyers, their fabric just feels different after that dyeing process, and I just really appreciate that fabric. The second to last piece of fabric, I'm almost done, y'all, is 40 count Vintage Dolly by Forbidden Fiber Co. And this was picked up at my LNS over in Gulf Shores. It is a cool white. So it's, I mean, this is white. I would say this is white, but it's like a cool toned white. And I thought about doing, where is it? Right here. I thought about doing the floral motif sampler on this. But I don't know. I mean, it calls for a pinky. It calls for Prairie Grass by Seraphim. But I don't know. Maybe doing it on white? That's why I purchased this fabric. But then after I got home, I thought, I don't know about that. So if y'all could let me know about this as well, if you have any thoughts, if you can share them below, it would be greatly appreciated. Or if you've seen anything else that I've shown that you think might work better for it. And then I just got a 36 count black Zweigart even weave, because I'm toying with the idea of restarting the Annie B's 12 Days of Christmas stockings on a black 36 count. I don't know. I got it. It was $12.50 and it's a fat quarter. So I just picked it up to have in stash and to possibly restart those. So that's it. I'm exhausted. I need some water. I certainly appreciate if you have stuck around this long. We are almost at an hour. Thank you so much. I hope that y'all all have a great August and that you're able to get all of your goals completed. And I guess I'll see you in about 30 days. Thanks, y'all.